Thank you.
My first time here.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Adam Shimoni. I wanted just to come by and say hi and kind of check out what you all are doing at our local city council chambers. Good evening, staff. It's great to be here and members of the public. So, like I said, my name is Adam Shimoni. I grew up here. I went to Ravinia. I went to Edgewood. I went to Highland Park, graduated in 2005. My parents still live here in Ravinia. And I'm just back visiting. I live out in Flagstaff, Arizona, where I went to school at NAU and got a couple degrees in education, but woke up to the reality of the importance of local government. So I started organizing, and I started hosting weekly events at our local coffee shop, streaming the council meetings to the wall in my group that I began called Speak Up, and where I would bring many people from the bars to council meetings when they would hear what the mayor and the council were talking about. So that led me to run for council in 2016, and I lost by 59 votes. Flagstaff, just to give you some context, has about 75,000 people. We have a budget of half a billion dollars, and a population of students from NAU, along with tribal partners from the Hopi and Navajo tribe. We're on sacred land, and we're at two major crossings between Phoenix heading north and the 40 east to west. So a lot happening in a small little town in Flagstaff. And so ran again in 2018, and we crushed it, came out on top, got vice mayor, and I have 2 weeks left on my current 4-year term. And so having served in a public role as you all are currently, I just wanted to introduce myself and also share a few successes that I've helped to initiate and share insights. So creating a culture of engagement has always been a priority to me, but priority-based budgeting, if you haven't heard about it, highly recommend looking into it. That's one of the first things I work towards, and it's a great way to make your budget more transparent and accessible to the public. And so we're in year, I think, 3 of that. We have a climate neutrality plan, and we're the first in the state of Arizona to declare a climate neutrality, have a plan in place, and also declare an emergency with climate. So very proud of our efforts around sustainability. And we recently adopted our active transportation master plan, which is all about flipping the priorities of prioritizing our designs for cars and making the car the last thing we prioritize. Putting pedestrian first, cyclist second, public transit third, mode share third, fourth, and then the vehicle last. And so we're working through that right now, but you better believe our engineers don't love that. They're struggling with that topic. But very proud of our efforts around bicycle infrastructure. And then we've declared a housing emergency as well, as I'm sure you have here in Highland Park. Housing is very expensive. And so we're working a lot on housing, and our housing bond recently got approved by our voters on the recent election for $20 million to go towards down payment assistance, alternatives, and I can go on and on about that. But housing is a big, big topic in Flagstaff. And then we've also initiated our alternate policing program called CARE. And it's basically a firefighter EMT with a behavioral health specialist responding to 911 calls. Because how many of those 911 calls are actually emergencies that our police officers actually need to respond to? Very few. And so this is a much more compassionate response, and it's been a huge hit in our community. It saves the taxpayers tremendously, and it's already a model that other towns across the state are trying to implement. In closing, I'll just say, really nice to meet you all. I'll send you an email with my contact. I'd love to be a resource to you all if you have any questions for me. Love this town. Really appreciate what you all are doing. I know you all have gone through a lot, and looking forward to your meeting tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Adam. So glad you could join us, and you've done HPHS proud.
Yeah.
And let's absolutely be in touch. Appreciate your coming to join us this evening. So